So first and foremost, let us talk about what misinformation even looks like. So how do I tell if I'm on social media, if I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, any of those, how do I tell that something is misinformation? These are just some things that you can really look out for to spot whether or not it's misinformation. The first is that the information might be conflicting. Oftentimes it feels pretty overwhelming. And the information, I mean, when I say overwhelming, it could be like that kind of like fear mongering. Like I said, in the second one, tone is more fear mongering, where they're like, if you don't eat this thing, you're gonna die. Or if you don't do this thing, it's gonna be terrible. Or you have to do this thing to be healthy. So anything where it really is dealing kind of in absolutes and in black and white information, it's a good sign that it's probably some kind of misinformation. And then things that are conflicting. So if you find that somebody's saying one thing and then they say another thing that totally doesn't actually work with the thing that they just said, also a good sign that there might be some misinformation in there. If the information that you're receiving gives you feelings of insecurity and self-doubt, particularly around body image, that's a good sign that it could be misinformation. So if you're getting information, watching a video, reading something, and all of a sudden it starts to make you feel self-conscious or it starts to make you feel bad about yourself, not only is that a sign that it could be misinformation, it's also probably a sign that it's not a healthy type of media to be taking in. And then the last is can lead to generalized mistrust and apprehension around social media. I know, I'm sure a lot of us have heard this term like fake news, where now everybody's like, oh, well, that's fake news. Like, I don't trust it. It was on social media. So now we also live in a world where there's just a lot of speculation as to whether or not things are true. It just also makes it really confusing, because then it's like, well, how do I even look up information now and tell if it's true or not? And then developing potentially harmful food and exercise behaviors. So we know that, well, social media or media in general is not the only trigger for an eating disorder or disordered eating, that because eating disorders are a biopsychosocial disease, that social piece is really big in there, and it can definitely impact somebody's eating disorder.